Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to do a quick masterclass that is going to immediately upgrade your professional English. We're diving into some essential business phrasal verbs. You know, those little phrases that seem so simple, but when you get them wrong, they can kind of undermine your credibility. You know, for so many of us ambitious professionals, communicating really well in English is a huge goal. But there's this really common pitfall that can trip you up without you even realizing it. And that is the misuse of simple, everyday phrasal verbs. And that's the thing. Chances are you've been using these wrong for a long time. I know it sounds a bit dramatic, but these tiny little mistakes can subtly change how your colleagues, your clients, and even your boss perceive your attention to detail. But you know what? The great news is it is such an easy fix. And today, we are going to fix it for good. You're going to walk away from this with the confidence to speak clearly and correctly. You ready? Okay, let's start with the absolute fundamentals. These first two verbs are foundational, but they're also where some of the most common and most noticeable errors happen. So getting these right is your first big step to speaking with way more confidence. First up, set up. Now, the key here is all about the space between those two words. A lot of people write, I set up a company, squishing it into one word. But here's the rule. When you're using it as an action, as a verb, it is always two words. I set up a company. Remember that separation, it's a game changer. And here is another classic mistake, this time with follow-up. It is not follow up the client. It just sounds, well, a little off, doesn't it? You need that connecting word, that preposition to link the action to the person. It's always follow up with the client. That one little word makes a world of difference. All right, great job. Now that we've got that foundation solid, let's build on it. This next set of verbs is all about taking action. Using these correctly is going to make you sound way more decisive and in control of your work. Here is a great one. Take on. This verb is all about ownership. It means you're not just doing something, you are fully accepting the responsibility for it. Just listen to how active and confident this sounds. We're taking on 3 new employees this quarter. It really sends a message of purpose, of deliberate action. You're bringing them into the team and taking responsibility for them. It's a really powerful phrase. Next up, carry out. The easiest way to think about this one is as a professional upgrade for the word do. I mean, saying you did something is fine, but saying you carried out a task, that sounds more formal, more planned, just more professional. And this example shows exactly what I mean. We carried out the market research as planned. It just sounds official, doesn't it? It implies there was a process, a plan that was followed. This instantly elevates how you describe your work. Now for a verb we all use, probably more than we'd like to admit, especially in project management, put off. It simply means to postpone or delay something. In a business setting, this is absolutely critical. Let's not put off the difficult conversation any longer. Using this correctly shows that you get it. You understand timelines, priorities, and the consequences of delay. And there you have it. Just like that, we are more than halfway through our list. We've locked down the basics, we've covered the verbs for taking action. Now let's get into the fun stuff, the words you need to communicate your ideas effectively. Okay, let's move on to our next set of verbs, and these are all about communication. These are the phrases you absolutely need to drive meetings, to explain complex topics, and to contribute your ideas in a way that gets you noticed. First one here is break down. This is your go-to phrase when you need to take a really big, maybe complicated topic and just make it simple and easy for everyone to understand. It's like you're telling your audience, don't worry, I'm about to make this crystal clear. Using this in a presentation is so effective. When you say, let me break down the quarterly numbers for you, everybody in the room just kind of relaxes, knowing you're about to give them a clear, detailed analysis. It totally positions you as the expert. Ah, yes, the absolute essential verb for any brainstorming session, come up with. This is all about innovation, creativity, problem solving. It's the action of actually generating something new out of thin air. And here it is in a classic business scenario. Our team needs to come up with some better ideas for the campaign. It's a direct call to action for creative thinking. Just perfect for those collaborative team meetings. So, how do you introduce a new point into a conversation without just interrupting and sounding rude? You use bring up. It's the polite, professional, and really smart way to add something to the agenda or pivot the discussion. And this is just a masterful way to use it. Before we conclude, I'd like to bring up an important point. You see, it shows respect for the meeting's flow, but you're still asserting that your contribution is important. It's such a key tool for navigating any discussion. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? What's the real payoff? It's one word: confidence. When you master these small details, you totally transform how you speak. You're free from that second guessing, so you can just focus on what you're actually trying to say. Okay, let's do a really quick rapid-fire review. We fixed the basics with setup and follow-up. We learned how to sound decisive with take on, carry out, and put off. And we totally elevated our meeting game with breakdown, come up with, and bring up. That's 8 essential verbs to really level up your professional English. Awesome job. By focusing on these, you're not just memorizing vocabulary, you're building a more polished, a more professional, and a more confident version of yourself. So the question I want to leave you with is this: which of these phrasal verbs, or maybe the common mistake that goes with it, surprised you the most? Thinking about that is really the first step to making this change stick.